The end of tonight's show. And the president's pen is just not policies that he goes through Congress with. It's his pen gearing up for more executive action, just as he did with his controversial immigration reform. President Obama has suggested he will use his executive authority to initiate corporate tax law changes, bypassing Congress completely. But can he do this? Let's ask American for Tax Reform president and author of the new book coming out next month, In the IRS Before It Ends Us, How to Restore a Low-Tax, High-Growth, Wealthy America. Grover Norquist is here. Grover, thanks for coming in. I'm not sure, I read in the intro that it's limited to corporate taxes, but I'm not sure that's what we're talking about here. I think it could be open season. Where do you think the president would go with this idea?
Well, Josh Earnest, his press secretary, said the president may just do it himself. You asked the question, can he do it legally? My favorite cartoon in the world is the Far Side cartoon where the two cavalrymen are watching flaming arrows come over the fort at them, and one says to the other, the Indians are lighting their arrows on fire. Can they do that? The answer is the president can do a lot of things that may not be legal, but it'll take you years to unravel that. Companies and individuals will get... You want to argue with the IRS today and never get your refund, or do you want to pay the tax and sue later? If you think suing City Hall is tough, imagine suing the federal government.
So, can I just read you something? This may sound familiar to you. I think it's important to note tonight, all bills for raising revenue shall originate in the House of Representatives. Article 1, Section 1, the origination clause of the Constitution.
Yeah.
You remember that document? Founding document, kind of critical in our nation's history, kind of lines up what everybody's supposed to be doing. Why are we ignoring it?
I don't know. The president claims to be a constitutional scholar, taught it at university. This is serious stuff. I mean, the Constitution was set up, and they specifically said the House of Representatives, the people's body, not the Senate, not the president, are in charge of initiating any tax changes. You'll also find in that same Constitution that all taxation has to be uniform. The first income tax was struck down because it was a graduated income tax in 1894. We need to go back and reread that document because there's no way to have a graduated income tax and maintain the uniformity of taxes that is required.
Well, there's a lot to debate here, but I really want to keep focused on the possibility that the president could come in and sort of unilaterally, on his own, by himself, lone wolf, change the tax code and change it dramatically. Now, Senator Bernie Sanders from Vermont has said, hey, we could close some corporate tax loopholes. And what he says, Grover, is that some of these loopholes were actually originated by presidents who took executive action to do it. Is he right? Well,
the IRS and others, by executive order, define certain things, the basis in capital gains. And you could come in and redefine the basis based on historical cost. That's one. Historical cost plus inflation, replacement value. You could come in and change some of these rules in ways that cut taxes or raise them. But all of the ones that exist, all the rules that were there, whether they're put in by Congress or by the IRS itself, the Treasury Department, they've all been thought through, worked over legislation. They were put in. Congress didn't undo them if they were done by the IRS. These are not open questions. These are settled questions of law. People have been paying taxes for decades on these rules.
And the people's representatives, for the most part, have said yes to this. This is where it came from. Everybody signed on.
If they wanted to change it,
Bottom line, Grover, should the president be initiating tax policy on his own?
No, he should not. Will he? Quite possibly.
It's a scary world we live in, Grover. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.